Today is my HSG and didn't sleep well last night and I'm a little nervous, but I woke up this morning and I decided to go to a lyra class, something I haven't done in like 4 or 5 years, so it's a little rough, but I wanted to do something for myself, especially because I don't know what comes after the HSG. I don't know where we go after this. So I did that, and I'm just kind of waiting until 2 o'clock until I go to my appointment. And yeah. I just realized also that I completely forgot to talk about my HSG appointment. I was so nervous about it, and it was actually like not bad at all. I hear some women say that it's awful, it's so painful. I didn't have that issue. It wasn't painful at all. I watched the dye go through. Everything was fine. They didn't find any blockage. Everything was clear. And then normally I hear that after you do the HSG, sometimes it kind of clears out if there's any scar tissue, and then you can get pregnant after that. Obviously I didn't. So then after the HSG, we went to our IVF final appointment. We are on our way to our IVF final appointment. I don't really know what that means, but that's what they told me on the phone. So I don't really know how long this is going to take, or if they're going to do blood tests. We signed all of this paperwork. So the first section of paperwork was for long-term storage. So where are we going to store our eggs, and how much we owe for storage and insurance if anything should happen. I actually just read a story like 2 days ago about a storage facility being ruined. Embryos and sperm donations were ruined. So we decided to go for the best insurance policy. Then we had to sign this paperwork. Well, figured out, we haven't signed it yet. About what happens to our embryos after they are extracted if one of us dies, or we get divorced or anything like that. So we just watched this documentary, and I think it was called One Last Shot. Is that what it was called? One Last Shot, about a couple going through infertility and trying to have a baby, and pretty much her only way of getting pregnant was using donor eggs. And we also have a friend going through issues where she might need donor eggs. So we decided that if anything should happen to us, that we would donate our eggs, so that a family or couple who's going through infertility are not able to conceive with their own eggs could use either a donor embryo or a donor egg. So we feel really strongly that that would help another couple who maybe is going through some rough times with infertility. And that's what we decided on for the most part. And now we are heading to our doctor's appointment. And then I guess we'll find out when I start injections and do egg retrieval? Yeah, egg retrieval. So that should be coming up soon. Who knows though. So we finished our doctor's appointment, and it was really actually kind of disappointing and disheartening. We were told that we have to do a probe, and we were told this before, but they didn't really tell us that we needed it to get it done as soon as possible. So in January, my doctor had mentioned it in passing that we would get a probe done. And so for this doctor's appointment, she was like, "Oh, you've gotten your probe done." And I was like, "No, because nobody really ever said anything about it. And I don't know what it is." And she said that it is pretty much my husband and I's genetic makeup that they send to our doctor or they send to a genetic specialist in actually at Johns Hopkins University. And they kind of make a genetic makeup of my husband and I, and that takes 8 to 10 weeks. And so we can't do stems. We can't start stems for egg retrieval until that is done. And so that was really kind of a big blow, because I thought we were going to start egg retrieval on my next cycle. And now we're just like waiting. So we have to wait for 2 months. So we won't be starting any egg retrieval until June. With that being said, with egg retrieval not being until June, I am trying to live the healthiest lifestyle I can live right now. I am doing mostly paleo diet. I am not drinking any alcohol. I have cut out caffeine completely, cut out sugar. So I'm really trying to be as healthy as I can be. I was doing a lot of CrossFit. The past 2 weeks I have been sick because our house had mold in it. So I got very sick and wasn't able to work out, but I'm trying to get back into that. And it's just been kind of like a hurry up and wait process, I guess. Also at the doctor's appointment, we talked about the finances of everything, and because we're doing PGD testing, our IVF is going to cost a little more than what we had thought. Then we got the list for the medications, which is like 4 pages long of medications that we have to pick up. And they're going to, I actually don't even know when I'm supposed to pick these up, because I don't have another doctor's appointment until I start my first cycle after they get the PGD testing back from Johns Hopkins. So we can't really do anything. And that's like the biggest frustration of all. And not only like can we not do anything until egg retrieval, so pretty much I'm just living the healthiest lifestyle, but then after egg retrieval we can't implant for 6 to 12 weeks. That's because they have to test the embryos and then freeze them, and then they'll do an FET, which a FET is a frozen embryo transfer, and so that won't be until the fall. So yeah, I am kind of frustrated. I didn't think that this would take so long. We started talking about doing IVF in October when it didn't work. And then we really got the ball rolling in January, and now it's not until September or October when we can even implant. So what we thought was going to be pretty quick has turned into almost a year of IVF. I just thought that I would have a baby by now, or at least be pregnant by now.
And it sucks that I'm not. And the dogs are going to start barking. So that's kind of where we are. Jax, stop. Just stuck, waiting. I had my 33rd birthday at the end of March, and it wasn't the best day for me because last year on my 32nd birthday, we had just lost the baby 6 weeks before, so I was still grieving over that. And I thought, you know, maybe by the time I was 33, I'd at least be pregnant. I did not have a great day because once you start spiraling, it's hard to come out of. But on the plus side, the ball is rolling. We are 2 months away from egg retrieval. I'm probably going to be posting a lot during egg retrieval because if you're going through egg retrieval or if you're thinking of doing IVF, you might want a step-by-step processes too, like I want. So if you want to see me go through this whole entire IVF process, subscribe. I will be making more videos once that time comes around, which will be more around June. Sorry that they're so few and far between right now, but thank you to all my subscribers. We've gotten up to 800. I am so shocked that so many people want to watch my journey, but love you guys. Thanks for being such great support, and I hope that there's a really positive outcome from this because the waiting process is forever and it just is taking a really long time. So thanks.